Welcome to another episode of The Boss Experience, the podcast that helps you turn your expertise into an online coaching business that replaces your 9-to-5 income. My name is Michele Davis, and I'm your host. And in today's episode, I'm talking about how to have a pipeline of prospective clients for your online coaching business. Usually, by the time a client works with me, they feel they've done everything they can do to get coaching clients. They've posted online, they put up the website, and they don't understand why their coaching or consulting business isn't flourishing. New coaches and consultants often believe that clients will naturally sign up for their services and enroll in their programs. And they think, if I have a website, or maybe I don't even need a website, or maybe if I post enough on social media, do enough lives, I'll have a line of people waiting to work with me. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. And when that happens, people basically have three choices. They either continue to be stuck, they get the help they need, or they just quit the online business anyway, concluding that it's not going to work for them. And that's not really a fair statement when you haven't even given yourself a chance to make things work, because you never ever got the help that you needed. So I'm hoping today's episode helps someone establish a process in their business that enables them to get the pipeline of clients that they need to actually stay in business. So if you've been studying sales, you've probably heard the 3 C's of sales before. And depending on who you're listening to, those 3 C's may mean different things. So the 3 C's I'm referring to are capture, convert, and close. When we think about those 3 C's, it's the essential part of our sales process. It sounds simple enough, but there are so many elements that kind of go into, what it means to capture, what it means to convert, and what it means to actually close. And so because I work with people that are newly, launching a coaching business, they're coming from long careers, they don't know anything about sales, and they don't know about this whole capture, convert, and close 3 C's. They haven't studied sales. And so I simplify it for them. And I break it down into 5 key areas when it comes down to taking someone from a client lead to actually enrolling in your programs and services. So my process is actually a 5-step process, and that is attract, entice, connect, close, and nurture. When you think about just the 3 C's alone, it really doesn't give a full picture of what needs to happen in your marketing and sales process. And so I've found by working with people that they need something a little bit more simplified to give them kind of a big picture overview. And then if they're working with me personally in my business mentoring program, we dive a little deeper into just how to implement those 5 key steps into their business. So the first key element in your marketing and sales process is attract. So your ability to attract someone and to get their attention is all about messaging. You have to put yourself in a position to attract people. You have to be consistently putting yourself out there in some way, shape, or form. And so posting on social media randomly is not going to allow you to have a pipeline of clients. You have to have an overall strategy to attract people to you so that you can take them through the rest of the steps in your sales process. And really all attraction is your ability to show up consistently in front of the people that are your ideal client, the people that you want to work with, or the people that most benefit from what you have to offer. Next is entice. And this is your foot in the door, is what I call it. And all this means is, okay, so you've attracted the person to you, and now that you have their attention, what's next in your process? And this is something that allows them to spend a little bit more time getting to know you and your business so they can further understand how you can actually help them, essentially. So because you don't have something written across your forehead about how you help people, you have to actually develop something that requires them to take a little bit more time and to commit to like listening to you just a little bit longer so that you can take them to the connection stage. And so how do you do that? You do that through asking them to download something, hop on a call with you, or asking them to view a demo that you prepared. Whatever it is that you're asking them to do, it needs to allow them to see what the possibilities are when they work with you. You know, how you can change your life, how you can add value to their life, how you can deliver a transformation for the very thing that they're struggling with. So whatever it is you offer, make sure it's something that they desire, something that they need. It gives them a quick win, and they will be inclined to connect with you further by exchanging their email address to get what it is you have to offer, whether it's that call, that download, whatever it is. Make sure it's enticing enough that they'll want to take a little extra time to get to know more about you, because at that point they're kind of raising their hand and saying, hey, that sounds like something I want to learn more about. Tell me how you can help me. Once they have their hand raised, then that's the perfect time for the next phase, which is connection. When you're at the stage of connecting with someone, you need to be able to build trust with them by telling them the value you can add to their life. Once you tell them the value that you can add to their life, then you can ask them to buy, because now they understand what you have to offer. Now it's time to say, this is what I can do for your specific life or your specific business. And once you're connected with people and you're building trust, then you can have the conversation about buying from you. Know the client's needs and having a better understanding whether or not you can even help them, because you don't want to bring anyone into your services that you can't help. And so this is kind of your qualifying stage, as well as, you know, your opportunity to build trust with the client and establish some sort of rapport through a video or through a demonstration. So make sure whatever format you choose to use to connect with people, that you give them a sample of your expertise, your capabilities, you build trust, likability, so that they want to work with you and they'll want to hear how much that costs. And then there's the close. And this is where you ask for the sale and you pitch your offer. Usually in the marketing world, people talk about things ending here, but this is actually the beginning of a new relationship with your client. In the closing stage, this is where you tell them what they receive and what the investment is that they're going to need to make to work with you. And in this stage, you don't just want to tell people the price, you need to ask them for the sale. You need to ask them to get started. You need to ask them to take the next step. And you do that by asking them, are they ready to get started? Will they be paying in full today? If you've done the other steps correctly, this isn't a high pressure situation. So you ask for the sale, you be quiet, you wait for a response. And two things happen at this stage. Either they sign on and they work with you, by paying, whatever your price is for your service, or they have objections. Your goal is to overcome their objections. And you want to already have in mind what possible objections they may have so that you can actually come prepared to this stage when you're trying to close them with responses and a strategy to overcome their objections. If you're able to close your client and they enroll in your services today, great. But if you're not, then I want to just advise you to not end the relationship there. This is where a lot of entrepreneurs drop the ball, because they think if someone chooses to not buy with them or do business with them on that particular day, that's it. There's no more communication with the person, and they never ever kind of make it to that next critical phase in their marketing and sales process, which is the nurture phase. And the goal here with the nurture phase is to stay top of mind with both people that have bought from you in the past and have done business with you in the past, as well as people that didn't work with you. Because just because someone doesn't make a decision to work with you on that given day, especially when you're talking about high value, high ticket services, doesn't mean they won't decide to work with you in the future. Maybe they need a little bit more time to build trust and understand how your services can really help them. And so this nurture phase helps them to do that. But if you don't have a nurture phase already incorporated into your marketing and sales process, you're losing revenue. And those entrepreneurs that do have a nurturing process, they're typically inconsistent in how often they reach out to them. Usually they reach out only to sell them something. So nurturing is basically, having a process that keeps you top of mind and communicates to people that have interacted with you in some way. Maybe they've viewed your page, your business page, maybe they've connected with you on a call, or they've downloaded your content, or they've purchased from you in the past. However, they've interacted with you, you want to nurture that relationship. And you can do that through retargeting. You can do that through email marketing. You can do that through SMS text messaging marketing. The important thing is, it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you do it. And how you do it and what's most effective really just depends on the type of business you have. So nurturing takes time, and it even may involve some marketing budget as well. But the point is the return on the investment when you nurture those relationships and you keep people engaged with you will keep you top of mind, but will also make them think of you first when they're finally ready to get started. If you are ready to turn your expertise into an online coaching business that replaces your 9-to-5 income, visit CEOBlueprintAcademy.com. That's CEOBlueprintAcademy.com. I prepared a short video for you that shows you how. And if this episode resonated with you and you felt like you got tons of value, don't forget to leave a review. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Take care, be well, and I can't wait for you to tune in for another episode of the Boss Experience podcast.